Gypsies, tramps and thieves, the people at Intellivision are all gypsies, tramps and thieves, and every night everyone will come around and fill with steel 10 grand. Oh, the lyrics, they just come to me. It's amazing, isn't it? So I've got a couple of videos to look at. Got Smash, I like you, but you're making some really bad takes, I'm afraid. So we got Phil Adams giving updates. Yeah. I think by the time I saw the last video made, which he references here, by the time I thought about making a video, it just kind of, sort of time had gone by. But he was basically saying it was about whether or not the Republic, excuse me, whether or not the Republic investor page had gone off the internet, and I think it had just been a bit of a glitch that had it taken down. It wasn't anything nefarious in that case, unlike everything else going on at Intellivision. If there is anything going on at Intellivision anymore, with all the closed offices and nothing being made, but them still stealing $17 million and claiming to be $10 million in the red on the balance sheet at least anyway. But despite what's happened, basically them felching $10,000 from Smash, he was saying he'd give, it's about the Republic thing, he'd give Phil Adam the benefit of the doubt. Well, I'm sorry, no. He stole the money from you. Don't even give him the fucking time of day. He's a fucking thief. He's an absolute fucking thief. There's no other word for it. Well, scammer, cunt, thief, cunt. Did I say cunt? Yeah, I said cunt. He's a cunt as well. Phil Adam is a massive cunt. So is Tommy Tellerico, Tellywacker, and fucking John Avocado. But before we get to Smash's video, yeah, I'm afraid we've got to. I don't do the Amico Forever thing anymore, but yeah, we've got to have a little bit of a look at. Oh God, devastating Just Cause. Yeah, let's make him go big. Let's give you DJC going big. Yeah. Yeah, there's no point going through the Amico Forever. I did actually have a quick look at it, and I did see what he refers to here. But anyway, well, at least he's brought it into a little tiny video that he can show to us all. But what's up, everyone? I'm the devastating Just Cause. This is DJC Game Studios.
DJC Game Studios.
But where are the games? You haven't made any games.
Well, welcome. How are you today? And
I'm alright, thank you very much. Apart from the fact you fucking shadow banned me from your fucking channel. No idea why. I did ask somebody to ask you in the chat on one of your Amico Forevers recently, and they did, and you still didn't unshadow ban me. Twat.
got a little sneak, a little peek, if you will, a little replay and a little recap. Amico Forever every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern here on this channel. Please subscribe.
I like caps. I like the other Amico guy who wears caps.
What am I now, an infomercial?
No, you. Who's this? Oh God, I think it was Tommy Amico who said this a few times in his videos. I mean, basically, you are doing sponsored content. You're Amico Forever. You're getting a free Amico for all the fucking good it is. It's about as much use as getting a free doorstop, even though a doorstop would do much more. Probably play better games on the doorstop. But you just running out of words to express my just how ridiculous you are. It's just sad. You're just shilling for the Amico. It's sponsored content, as Tommy Amico says, but you just don't see it. You just don't want to see it. Then again, he wouldn't reveal you're an investor at any point until he's sort of drummed out of you. But even then, you just said, "Oh, I threw in a few bucks," even though it was Republic. I think you invested in, so you'd have to throw in at least $1,000. So yeah, you're talking out of your hat, literally.
Now, on Wednesday's show, We
Billy
did
Box.
discuss and show off some of the lights on the system.
It's a very short video, and he has to still look off to the side just to for his script.
We did discuss and show off some of the lights on the system.
Unless Mike Mullis is in the room, just sort of taking his pants down and saying, "Hey, have a look at my tallywhacker."
So a lot of people were asking, you know, how does it look as the centerpiece of your living room? How does it look on your entertainment center? How does it look on a shelf?
Like fucking shit.
Well, I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek or a little show off of me putting a game on and the system interacting with that game.
Yeah, let's see the game. Let's see what game is it. Is it Finnegan Facts, where you can't double jump because you're tapping the screen? Let's see this game and let's see this light show and how the game and the light show interact with each other. Are you looking forward to that, kids? I certainly am.
And just kind of to see what the light show is all about. Now, obviously, there's lots of different versions of this, but this happened to be for this game.
Lots of different versions. Are you sure?
And I just want to show you this because I thought it looked really cool, and I got a little bit of footage of it. So check this out.
I bet you got a lot of footage of it. You know, I bet you cleared your hard drive of anything you'd previously downloaded, and instead now you've got just the Amico filling up your hard drives. Probably harder to explain to the police, but anyway. Now, apart from that farting sound at the start, I will just mute it while we just see the Amico. Excuse me. We do go back to DJC in a bit, but the reason is because he plays a Shifty Eyed Dealer song, and I don't really want to copyright claim, and he probably wouldn't. I don't think, in fact, yeah, unless you're like a proper. Actually, no, we'll play it because I just thought unless you can't issue a content ID claim unless you're an actual like a big proper company. If you're just like a standard YouTuber like DJC and myself, you can't issue content ID claims. You can issue copyright strikes, but which you wouldn't be able to do it on this because it's under fair use unless his name's George Cropper, and I'll be making a video about him in due course. But George Cropper, if that's his real name, I doubt it. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm unlikely to get a content ID claim from DJC who can't issue them. So it's a Shifty ID that he plays. But yeah, just so we don't get to see. Let's just. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just. What game would it be? Can you imagine? Can you guess? Sorry, excuse me. That was the curry I've just had.
Las Vegas is the town I arrived in style. Pop my head out the sunroof just for a while. Sunshine on my face.
Yep. Okay. See the console interacting with something. Probably the table, due to the forces of gravity and inertia.
This is the place I gotta hit all the fun spots. It ain't no race. Walked into the door. Now what's in store? As I see all the lights reflecting on the.
Was that I think the resolution on those things are 320 by 240 pixels. So that's it's pretty much 4K HD, 4K UHD in Amico terms.
Biggest poker in blackjack, and that's my aim. I hit the 6 on the overlay for the same game. Classic songs, these classic rhymes, and these classic feels for these classic times.
Little Fish Big Box, Little Fish Big Fish cardboard box. So what's this game that's happening? Let's see this amazing game.
Blackjack the game. As I sit down, the shifty-eyed dealer, I gotta make him frown. Dealing the cards.
Well, Shifty Eyed Tallarico, where's the game?
Looking back and forth, and I'm trying my best just for what it's worth. What comes next? I gotta hit or stay.
What comes next? More of the same.
I collect my win and then check out the band. Shifty-eyed dealer, what's he all about? Looking left and right with a frown on his mouth. Are you gonna
Shifty Eyed DJC.
hit? The way is quiet as a mouse, but you only see a friend when you lose to the house. Shifty-eyed dealer, what's he all about? Looking left and right with his little frowny mouth. Are you gonna hit? The way is quiet as a mouse, but you only see a friend when you lose to the house.
Sorry, curry again.
There you have it, a little
What? Oh, what the game was? Huh?
light show sneak peek if you missed it on Wednesday's show.
We just missed it again there.
I just thought this really looked cool, and that's why I took the video, the footage, and
I love the way he's oh, look at my, aren't I so genuine, so heartfelt, so everything. Look at me, I've got a beard and I'm clasping my hands. Ah, oh dear, Stewie from Family Guy. What the juice? Where's the game? Lewis, damn you, you foul woman! Back to the game. Back to the video.
I really think it does add to the way the system looks. Now, there's a lot of other features I can't discuss or talk about right now. And
What, things that don't work or exist?
yay, don't need the alert coming up. But I'm just saying, I just thought this was really cool, and it absolutely has a lot to do with the lights
He looks very disappointed for some reason.
and the way the system looks and how it interacts. So let me know
Yeah, like shit.
what you think in the comments.
It's shit.
But make sure you please like,
No.
please subscribe.
Well, yeah, I only did that so I could knew when you got videos coming up so I could laugh at them.
And we'll see you for more content in the next one.
Well, to be fair, that's what TV programs say. We'll see you next week, but they won't see us at all because we're watching them. They physically can't see us. So anyway. Oh dear, it's gone. Oh, hang on. Sorry, it's red wine day. Let's just skip past this shit. Come on.
So you're telling me you designed the lights on the Amico? Ah! You have no hair!
Funny as fuck, isn't it? Fucking hilarious. So, I can't post a comment because he's shadow banned me. Cunt. Let's just see what. Put it in order. Newest first, so we get them all. Thanks. Looks very cool. I assume the same effect could be achieved with some real LED strips too. Cool song though. Light show sweet. Thought we were gonna get an NDA alert. Can't wait to get mine and have a rave in my house. Centerpiece of my entertainment system. I like Darth Kai says, as a retro collector, my brain just associates these gimmicky lights with Chinese bootleg emulation consoles. No console needs all this, it just needs to play games, have a power indicator light, but that's it. Besides, in a dark room, it would be a distraction. But I have a way to turn them off. Well, yeah, I mean, when I bought my last PC, which was last year with the GTX 1660 Supercard, I asked for 2 LED strips, and I thought I was getting something other than what I got. I'm not really sure what I was expecting, but it was £10 for like 50 centimetre strip, or £18 for 2, i.e. 1 metre. And since then, I mean, I keep meaning to make videos about the arcade machine I've got. I'll try and do it one day. On that, just to have, because I was replacing the what was it, the on the sort of marquee at the top where I got it where it says DVD Fever. There was a sort of, I mean, it's the unit itself is about 12 years old, so I've had the PC inside it replaced since, but the sort of light inside it on the marquee had gone, and it was all like a very kind of how can I put it? Just very sort of old style. It was like bloody glass valves, may as well be, but really needed sort of to be replaced by a LED. And it had it's sort of like super glued in, so it wouldn't be easy to get out without actually breaking the lights. But in the end, I just thought, well, I just left them in there because they'd gone, and I just bought I bought a 2 meter LED strip from Amazon for about £5, and I attached a 2 meter USB cable to it, such that goes down the back of the PC, down the back of the unit into the PC. So that covers, there's plenty of give on that there. And then inside around the marquee, I sort of trail the LED strip all around there, and then you can't see where it comes out, but it comes out at the top on the right hand side of the marquee, and then there's sort of just enough left to sort of go across the top of the LED, across the top of the unit. So when it's off, it's also when you can sort of press it so that it has It's got like a remote control, so you can have the random lights and so on. But as well as having it light up the marquee, it sort of lights up because it goes across the top of the unit. In the dark room, it makes the room look all cool and everything. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yes, that was £5, so £5 for 2 meters, compared to £18 for 1 meter in total, and it was exactly the same kind of thing. I thought, what a fucking rip-off that was. Why did I even bother? Anyways, this red wine's quite nice actually. Oh, Aldi again. Yeah, if you agree, if you really want a light show, get one from Amazon. Intellivision states they are determined to deliver pre-ordered units by the end of the year. That's only 7 weeks away. Any chance there will be a gameplay video before the systems are delivered? Well, there's every chance. There's more chance of getting a gameplay video than there is of any systems being delivered. Like, Canadian Gamer, I'd like to see you cover Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. I don't know Break Stuff. I'm certainly not going to play it now and get a copyright claim. But One Step Closer, that's I'm thinking that's a Limp Bizkit song. But yeah, there's plenty of Limp Bizkit songs we could have. Get DJC to do a cover of them. Anyways, on to Smash JT. So as I said, he was giving Phil Adam the benefit of the doubt last time, when really he should be, just fucking having a really strong word with him and telling him where to flipping go. Let's get into it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT.
What's going on? Well, my lights when I come home from work, they always go on.
About a month ago, I made a video talking about how I had a phone call with Phil Adam, and...
Sorry, 1 second. That was breaking news, breaking news from Phil Adam there. He had a few things to say, and yeah, you heard it right there.
We talked about a lot of things going on behind the scenes with...
God, he looks like Chris Packham from BBC's Spring Watch, Autumn Watch. Any watch, one of these climate change cucks. Whether Phil Adam is or not, I don't know. But oh yeah, apparently the thanks to COP27, the planet's warming up, and it's now warmer outside than it should be normally in November. Good. 8 November, it's fucking freezing. If we have it a bit warmer, excellent. And there was some guy at COP27 said, we're on the highway to climate hell. I think he'd been listening to a bit too much AC/DC. But when you come out with shit like that and you go, oh, we're all going wrong, we all have to, you don't see any of them. You got 300,000 people flying to COP27 to moan at us to say that flying is bad. Why can't they all stay home and do a Zoom call? No, because they've all got to go off to this, have a nice jolly holiday in the middle of fucking winter in somewhere nice and hot. In this case, Sharm el Sheikh. Except last year when they went to Glasgow by mistake, where it's bloody freezing. Could have been worse. Could have come to Stockport, but yeah, they all go there and say, "Oh, the planet's burning up, and we've only got 12 years to save the Earth," and blah blah. Every year it's 12 years to save the Earth. They were saying that in 2010. Yeah, in fact, I think like in the 50s, they said like by the 80s we'd all be underwater, and we'd all be swimming around like Aquaman. Well, we're not. So yeah, it's a load of old bunkum. Anyways, let's brother getting off the beaten track there.
In television, he asked me to keep them private and quiet and not say anything about them and trust him.
Trust him. Fuck him, more like.
Give him a few weeks, I believe, were his words. And I held my word on that. I said, sure, I'll give you a few weeks. And
they've had 4 years.
And now we fast forward 4 weeks later. Tony Geek Getaway hit me up on Twitter.
Oh, to ignore him. He's full of shit.
Wanting to follow up, so thanks, Tony, for...
Don't thank him for anything.
making me follow up on this, because honestly, I don't know. I got God of War Ragnarok coming today. I'm pretty.
Yeah, but it's easy to knock out an Amico video. I can testify to that. And you know, it's what gets the hits. I mean, this has probably been up a day, 22 hours at the time of making this. He's got 1,300 hits. So yeah, Amico gets the hits.
Excited about that. I got a lot of things going on with my life, so
I've not got God of War Ragnarok. I've not even played I played the first one a bit. I have tried the demo of when PS Plus was on PC, or they first brought it to PC, and they did a 7-day demo thing. Quite frankly, I mean, then I don't know whether it's changed now. Then you could only stream the game to PC, and the quality. There was just so much lag, like an Amico. There was just so much bloody lag. I couldn't play the game properly. I had to sort of imagine, also take into account that you're pressing a button half a second before it actually had any effect. It was horrible. I couldn't play any more than one level of it. It was an okay game, I guess. I saw a Canadian Gamers review of that game just recently. Yeah, he said just like, cause I can't remember. It was a few years ago since I played the demo, probably a couple of years ago. And you only have where they have quick time events, you're just pressing one button instead of pressing several buttons on things like the PSP. Because I remember playing the games on the PSP many years ago, and yeah, they were pretty complex, but a lot of fun. And this was just like it's like every other game that sort of seems to use the same game engine. It's just like they're all playing like Tomb Raider. They all just seem like the same game. Just gets a little bit tiresome. Anyway, I've got just about finished. Well, I finished playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Really enjoyed that. Starting to get into the Atari 50 collection. So I've got more gameplay coming up of that. Following the Retro Reimagined game. And also got WRC Generations, because I played WRC 10 last year. And yeah, and Generations is more of the same, it looks like. But yeah, playing that in 4K, 60 frames a second, fucking gorgeous. So yeah, looking forward to that. But anyway, let's get on.
Even though I was very excited about the Intellivision Amico initially, everything that's transpired up until this point, I was just kind of like, whatever. It's clearly something that's going to either never come out or take a long time. So
It's never going to come out.
Put it in the rearview mirror and try not to look at it too often. But I followed up with Phil Adam today. I texted him, and I'll put the text on the screen right now, what I said to him, because...
Let's just read it. Hi Phil, last we spoke you asked for a month to keep what we talked about between us. That's why I told my audience. That time has come and gone without any updates. Can you give me something tangible to talk about before I just make a video calling you out? I really don't want to do that, but I'm true to my words. Like Phil Adam's going to give a fuck. I've mentioned this time and time again with Mark Pollard, the scammer who scammed me. I mean, I would make a video about that if I was to get hits off that. But no, if I made a video solely about Mark Pollard, no one would give a shit. I mean, if you Google Mark Pollard Thistle comedy, Thistle is in the Scottish flower thing, Mark Pollard Thistle comedy, you'll see it on my DVD Fever website. I could make a long video about that, several videos about that, but because I don't talk about the Amico in it, no one would watch it. You can read it on the website anyway, because I've detailed it all there. But it's just something that I may as well just bring. In that case, I'll just bring it up here during the Amico videos, just in part, and then just refer to the website rather, than you can have a read of it all there. But let's go anyway.
Not really anything private there. And I basically was reaching out because I'm like, look, I don't want to just air your laundry to everyone out
Why not?
there. I want to try to make this relationship somewhat viable.
There is no relationship. He has stolen money from you. Intellivision have stolen money from you. It's fucking shit. They are cunts. But I mean, if I get the chance to remonstrate with Mark Pollard and get that resolved, I will do that. There will be at no point while I have breath in my body and while I know he is still alive then I will not stop trying to get something done about it. I mean, he's in Canada. If anyone in Canada wants to go pay him a visit and have a fucking word with him, hit me up, as they say in America land. Yeah, if you want to go around and just have your video camera, phone, whatever at the ready, just to see the look on his face, let me know. We'll come to some arrangements. I'll just tell you, where to go. I mean, that's the address I've got is about 3 years old. Whether he still lives there or not, I don't know. Because the pub he was in, he was only there for about a year, so chances are he's probably moved on anyway.
I know people will question why, but I believe in being a good person.
Yeah, you are. It's just, unfortunately, every single person in television is a cunt and a thief and a liar.
I can't say the same for everyone over at Intellivision.
None of them. Everyone is a cunt at fucking Intellivision.
Nor do I want to imply anything with any of that. I'm just
No, we're not implying. I'm certainly not implying that Phil Adam is a cunt and a thief and a liar. I'm saying he is.
just saying, for me personally, I always try to be a good person. And that can get me in trouble sometimes, as is the case here. But I reached out to Phil and was like, look, I don't want to be a dick. I just want to...
No, be a dick. Be a dick.
To, tell people what we talked about. And if you have anything you can give me, I'd appreciate it, because...
Like 10 grand?
I really don't want to make a video just being like, ha, you suck.
But Phil Adam does suck. As I say, they're all just thieves.
Everyone's right about you, which I was kind of preparing to do. And I, again, didn't feel good about doing it, but I promised you guys that I'd give you an update. So I reached out and sent that text to Phil. And about, I'd say 10 minutes went by, 15 minutes. He called me and we talked for about 15 minutes.
I hope you hit record on your phone as soon as he came through. I do that with my phone. It just seems to be a thing there. I used to use a separate call recorder app, and now it just seems to be part of the phone. But on the phone I've got at the moment anyway. Although usually it's not to try and catch anyone else. It's just because they might save your phone. I don't know, the dentist or whatever. They say, Dominic, can you come Saturday at 11 o'clock? I'll go, yes, thank you very much, goodbye. And then as soon as I go off the phone, because I'm a man who doesn't pay attention, I'll go, oh shit, what time was it? So at least now I can play it back and go, Saturday at 11 o'clock, excellent. So that's why I do it.
Which kind of surprised me. I didn't expect that. I thought he was just going to give me some fluff text response and whatever, or call me and say,
Oh, I hope he doesn't fluff anyone.
Blah blah blah. I gotta go. But no, it was a pretty in-depth call. I took quite a bit of notes here, and there was nothing regarding the Intellivision Amico in particular where he said I can't say these things. And I am not under any kind of NDA, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And there's some information he gave me here, which, again, believe it or don't, I don't really care. I just want to give you guys the info from the CEO that he has not come public with regarding the Intellivision Amico. Now, there are some things in this that is pretty insightful to show exactly where they're at right now. Regarding the consoles that have been created so far, Phil's word, again, disclaimer, believe this if you want to. This is what Phil told me. There are 25 consoles.
Well, there's two anyway, so one of those figures is right. The two parts is 25.
And 50 controllers.
Well, that's if we're to presume that both DJC and Mike Mullis have one at the same time, simultaneously. Because, again, Tommy Amico did point out in a recent video that DJC is good at camera tricks and stuff, making videos where he talks to himself. And so they could have just arranged it so that DJC makes his video, and after Mike Mullis does his video, so they may appear to be talking to each other, but they're not really.
in final production. The hardware is finalized.
It's on the launch pad.
The consoles are not all completed, being put together.
Who'll be putting it together anyway? All the offices are shut. They've been shut for months.
But will be done in a week or two.
Bullshit.
His rationale for that was he doesn't have the manpower to create them.
Yeah, of course he doesn't, because he fucking fired them all. It was like him and John Avocado and is there anyone else there? Brittany, Bethany, whatever her name was. Where did she go? Well, she probably went to get a proper job.
And they are not at a manufacturing plant. I don't know. It was confusing how he was explaining it.
Yeah, they're just making it in the basement.
And maybe I misunderstood him, but it sounded like those 50 controllers and 25 consoles were being produced in manufacturing.
Yeah, in the basement by all the slaves, amongst all the corpses of the dead slaves who die making this. You know, they die of ennui, as a not the Wii, but ennui, ENNUI. They die of boredom basically while they're trying to make the Amico, because the slaves that he's got chained up in his basement at Phil Adams' house, he makes them put the Amico together, and then rather than pay them, he basically makes them commit hara-kiri by making them play the Amico, and then when they're trying to test it, they end up just dying of ennui. True story.
But currently not. So I don't know if they're being put together by hand or what's going on with them. In patented Phil Adam fashion, he was in a rush in the call, in between meetings, and
meetings about what? The only thing he's breaking off to do is the gas man's just arrived. Got to let him in to read the meter.
had to go at any second, which is always very convenient. And I'm like, hey Phil, I got a phone. Anytime you got a free few minutes without rushing through the call, I'd love to chat with you without feeling like you're going to hang up any second. But hey, such is the life as a CEO.
No, of course he ran off. It's not the life of a CEO. He's avoiding you. It's a classic scam tactic, as I learned from Mark Pollard.
He said to me within a couple of weeks he would have something more concrete, which is, again, the same as what he said 3 to 4 weeks ago. Nothing really...
Yeah, it's a concrete that never sets.
Groundbreaking with that. He spent a little bit of time focusing on his frustrations with how in particular, he singled out, and then he said,
he's complaining about you again. This is diversionary tactics from him. He's just, if he's making it sound like you're the problem, it's not. It's just that he's a cunt.
General public have given him such a hard time.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Regarding the Coleco Chameleon.
Well, I wonder why.
And his work there, and that he's received so much hate mail.
He's received hate mail. Oh, we're all crying.
It's sad.
Sad. The whole thing is just, it's a sad situation.
He has a hard time wanting to trust me.
Oh, again, classic diversionary tactic. Classic diversionary tactic from Phil Adam there. Just making it sound like you're the problem. He's trying to put you off, basically. Fuck him. Just fuck him hard and go at him with a video like this.
He said he was not on the board of directors at Coleco.
Well, he was fucking involved, wasn't he?
And he kept talking. I had a lot I wanted to say to him.
Well, it may not be at Coleco itself, or I don't know what the situation was there. The console never really the original console never really got a foothold in the UK, but he was definitely involved in the Chameleon, which came later.
I guess I'll use this video as my response because I know you're gonna watch this, Phil.
Phil probably won't. He's probably just sat at home in his big tin bath. He's the king in his counting house, counting all his money.
I don't believe I ever said. Maybe I did say you were on the board of directors, but regardless of the actual terminology I
It's just whataboutery from Phil Adam. The guy's just a cunt. Just fuck him hard.
used, you were listed on the Our Team page to 3 people down underneath the CEO, Mike Kennedy, and it says you were the VP of Business Development.
Yeah, it's because he's a liar.
So, I mean, we gotta split hairs here.
No splitting hairs. It's just he's a liar.
You had a very large role at a fake organization. I don't want to revisit this conversation, this topic again. I feel like I covered it pretty fully the first time I talked about it. But if you feel like you should not have been credited with that, you probably should have taken up issue with Mike Kennedy before everything fell apart. Because afterwards, when we have a screenshot of you, 3 people underneath, well, actually, just 2 people in between, you and Mike Kennedy, on the About Us, the Our Team section of Coleco Chameleon, listed as the VP of Business Development. He said it bugs me he did nothing wrong with Coleco. I'm not
Well, nothing came out, so he did everything wrong with Coleco, whatever you call it.
saying you did, nor did I ever say you did something wrong with Coleco. All I said, and you can go back and watch my video, it's a really bad look to be on the Our Team section. Maybe I said on the board.
It's not necessarily. It's not a bad look per se. It's less not a bad look and more just outright scam.
Sorry, on the Our Team section as VP of Business Development
So he's on the board then.
at Coleco, and say you had nothing to do with it and it bugs you. But anyways, that's why people had an issue with that. Like,
Oh god, just call him out for the fucking cunt he is.
that's a big deal. Coming from there to another game company that is faltering and it looks really odd
Faltering, it's dead as Dillinger.
when the front man for it, Tommy Tallarico, just disappears.
Yeah, because he cried off because of his dad. I know what it's like to lose my dad, but I'm back in work a week later and just tried to, talk to people to help deal with it. But Tommy Tallarico, then he just fucked off to do video games live or whatever. Claimed he was really bothered about his dad. Clearly he wasn't.
And replaces them with you, who has ties to an organization that is well known for being one of the biggest frauds in retro video gaming history? I don't know. I think it's fair to make that connection and say, prove us wrong, prove it otherwise, that does not show who you actually are. And I'll be honest, it kind of bugged me that he was telling me that what I talked about with that bugged him so much. Like, it's the reality. Deal with it, live with it, and move past it. Be better than it. If it bugs you that much, like, do something about it.
It doesn't bug him at all. It's just diversionary tactics, as I mentioned.
Don't just say, it hurts my feelings that people make that connection, because I'm not like that. But anyways, God, I digress. Phil gets paid in shares. Not
And never mind hurt feelings. It's a hurt wallet. That's the issue. I mean, I didn't have hurt feelings about Mark Pollard. Not hurt feelings per se. More like I wanted to just try and forget it by jumping on a railway line, quite literally. Even looking at one point, thinking, no, I could just do it that way, and then my problems would all be over. Of course, then the problems would be just beginning for the rest of my family who had to deal with it, and the emergency services for picking me up in bits off the train track after the train came. But obviously I didn't do it, and I'm here. Yeah, it's just it's not hurt feelings. It's a fucking twat, and because of a fucking twat that's caused it.
paychecks. So he is doing this out of passion. Where
I've got a passion just to stick my fucking foot up Phil Adams' arse.
Where have you heard that one before? But okay. Quote unquote, I am doing licensing deals. Quote unquote, I want the console to come out. I really do.
Yeah.
I can't put out a console that sells 7 to 10,000 units and fails.
Yeah, so he's exactly. So he's not going to. So that's why. Well, that's his get out, that there'll be no console.
He said he didn't want to do that, so he's making every effort to go bigger than that.
Yeah.
Which I would almost argue is the same mistake that Tommy made, trying to go too big with this thing. Like, start off small. It's okay. Sell those. And if it's actually good and it proves its purpose in the market and people want it, it will sell a lot more than that. So I feel like that's kind of weird to say, I don't want to put out the console if it's only going to sell 7 to 10,000 units. He wants to make sure it does better than that so it doesn't fail. But anyways, splitting hairs a little bit on that. He said they have picked out the chipsets. They are selected. These
Select the chipsets. What, 2016 mobile phone chips? There is a chip shortage. It's because you can't get 2016 mobile phone chips because it's no longer 2016. You might be able to get them in 2017 at the latest, but not anymore.
units were built, and they are not all of them, but they are not dev units, which is another thing that was frustrating. It's like people kept assuming that the units that were getting sent out to a couple of the smaller YouTube channels out there were dev units, and they're not. He confirms that they are not dev units. They are the official, finalized console with the chipsets, the final production, the hardware and everything. That is the final thing.
Bullshit. I mean, we know that the units sent to DJC and Mullis are just the ones shown at Boomer events. So he's lying again about what they are. I mean, there's more chance of those being the final production units than there is of Nancy Pelosi actually walking and talking by herself. When we can see there's someone above her with little marionette strings and just moving her along like a puppet. It's fucking look up Lord Charles and Ray Allen. That's Lord Nancy Pelosi is Lord Charles. They fucking look alike. So yeah, he's working you from the back, Smash.
Which is a big deal. Like, huge. That is a massive deal. If it is to be believed. I know I have to put that asterisk after everything I say with this, because who the hell knows at this point. But
we all know it's a scam.
This is the information he gave me. My question would be, if this is where they're at, what their hesitation is with just putting out a press release.
Because they don't want to put out a press release because there's nothing there.
Saying these things publicly, like, why is it going to be through some back alley YouTuber like me that's a failed channel? Like, why go through me? By the way, subscribe if you haven't already. The manufacturing, they're being made and in production for those 50 controllers and 25 consoles, where he didn't specify how many were already done. He said some of them were, but he didn't have the manpower to do the rest of them. And
yeah, because he sacked everyone.
And they are being put into production. Again, very confusing about that, the way he was wording it. He said two different things, and I don't know what he was referring to with them. And
because he doesn't. He's like Phil Adam is like one of those sort of one of those pictures you draw as a child. So somebody draws the head of a body, then you fold over the piece of paper, then you pass it to somebody else. They draw the body and the arms, then you fold that over, and then you pass it to somebody else, and they draw the next part of the torso. Maybe that's where they draw the legs or whatever. Perhaps if we're going to get that far. There's probably more steps to this, but then you eventually get someone, fold it over again. And when you fold it over, you can't look and see what's there until afterwards. So eventually someone else draws the feet. And then at the end of it all, after several people have taken their turn to draw parts of this person, they then open up the piece of paper and say, what the bloody hell's that? And that's exactly what's going on here.
It was very hard to get a word in edgewise with him because he just kept talking. And I was just writing stuff down. And I kept trying to get stuff in. And he just kept... Anyways.
Well, that's why you just record a phone call.
Regarding the frustrations that he's had with people and the general public coming after him, he said, I don't need this.
Oh, dums.
Doing this, again, out of passion.
Ah,
Hans is gone.
I have a passion if I had $17 million.
Phil said he is the GM of Europe, taking Hans's place. I'm putting everything I've got into bringing this to life, quote unquote. One thing he did say about the chip shortage, which I did find a little bit interesting, was the chip shortage is ending.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the chipsets that they were looking to get.
Yeah, because 2022 is a banner year for 2016 mobile chips.
He said that many companies were over-ordering and now canceling and cutting back.
Yeah,
which
that's exactly. I mean, yeah, I was speaking to Sony and Microsoft just today, and they said, "God, we've just Dominic, can we? Let's just give you an exclusive. We've been ordering so many 2016 mobile phone chips. We realised we just don't need to order so many. So yeah, we're going to free them up for Amico to Intellivision to make their Amico. That's why Phil Adam can get all these 2016 mobile chips because we don't need them anymore. We make ours out of glue and clay and Yogi Bear. That's what we make our PS5 and Xbox Series X out of. Yeah, it's amazing."
May actually end up giving them pricing power on these consoles in the future. But again, that's one of those. Oh, okay, what are you doing for me now, though?
What have you done for me lately? Oh, I didn't put the subtitles on.
I said, what can I tell my audience when to expect another update?
Ah.
He said, rather give a date at the end of the month.
At the end of which month?
But I'm not going to make any promises. He did say he has some personal stuff going on.
Oh, here we go. Another dead relative coming up.
He's not going to get into that with me. He told me not to talk about the actual specifics of it.
Yeah, sorry, I can't make any more Amico videos because I've got personal stuff going on and I'm going to get my teeth fixed and I can't make any videos and blah, blah, blah.
But his preference is to have all this info and an update to everybody before Thanksgiving 2022.
Which is, I don't know, I'm in the UK, so I don't know when Thanksgiving is. Let's look at Google. It's usually is it the 4th Thursday in November, so it's basically just under 2 weeks from now. Something like that. Yeah, coming up to the Black Friday weekend. It's usually pretty much the end of November anyway. So, yeah, it's coming up. So, yeah, nothing's going to happen anyway.
I need to specify the year because this is Intellivision we're talking about. So that was basically the long and the short of everything that he told me. And the biggest thing that I got out of it was that they have the chipset selected and the units are finalized.
Yeah.
That's a big deal if it is to be believed.
Which it isn't.
Again, if it is to be believed, which is something that...
Wendy Pops.
There's nothing tangible besides a couple of units that are not being opened up, and the people who have them, small YouTubers, are under NDAs, who can't take pictures of the insides of them to prove it to anybody. So again, this is taking Phil's word on that.
Well, they say they're not allowed to open them up, the Amicos, but I mean, really, they can't open them up because they're too busy with one hand on the cock and jerking off to Pornhub. That's why they can't open them up. And you need two hands to open up a console. You know, one to sort of hold it down, well, with the Amico in case it blows away, and then the other hand just to get a screwdriver out and prise it open. Or just, I suppose you could just do one, get Smash's old hammer and just really smash it up. You could do that with it, but yeah, I bet. Well, one day DJC will finally go insane and he'll just smash it up live on camera. Can't wait for that.
All in all, it did seem like he was positive and upbeat. Regarding why would he do this, he doesn't need this in his life. People think that this is some sort of scam that he's running.
Yeah, I wonder why.
He's like, no, I really want this to go out. I'm doing everything I can to do that, to make
Bullshit.
that happen, to make sure that I don't make promises that potentially people previously in his position were making to everybody.
Because they're such difficult games to make. You know, the games that Gatoroo's made in a day.
That he feels like is falling on him now, and that's not fair to him. Which I would argue Phil himself also started making some date promises that never came true, but whatever. Phil is still passionate about this, says he has no reason to keep this going as a scam.
Well, yes, because the longer he keeps it going, the more he can try and get money out of it. Although I'm amazed, you can only stretch your luck so far before the law kick in the door. And I'd have thought a long time ago they would have just buried the whole thing and then gone off to the Cayman Islands with all their stolen money. But the more they keep going at it, the more they just open themselves up to, getting sued and stuff if they're to get any money out of it. Why they keep themselves in the firing line, I just have no idea.
So he doesn't understand why people were at him with that. Where I could say, the reason is pretty clear. Like, if you can keep faking it till you make it, and you can trick an investor into dropping loads of money into this, if it is a scam product, with nothing tangible that you've produced, it's more money that you guys get. Now, I'd like to think that's not what is happening here, but that is an angle people can take. So I think that's the frustration I have with this. I feel like it's a little bit tone deaf to see how much millions of dollars they've made off of crowdfunding and investments.
Well, they've got $17 million stashed away.
And everything, and then say, I don't understand why people are thinking we're trying to scam them when they haven't produced anything. But yeah, that's the long and the short of it. It was a productive phone call, I'd say. Overall, the conversation was cordial. We were very honest with our feelings about each other.
So why does he keep zooming in and out?
To each other, and I think that's good. It's a good, second step towards building a bridge back to each other.
There's no bridge to be built. The bridge is swept away by the tide. The bridge is gone. Phil Adams smashed it up a long time ago.
Each other, and I think it's a pretty big move on his part to make that call to me and give me this information, because he didn't have to. He could just be like, no, go pound sand, go make your videos. I don't care, because again, failed YouTube channel. What am I gonna do in the grand scheme of things? But he reached out and tried to give me the information and insight that he had. We'll see where it goes from here. My concern is, if this information does not get out to us by Thanksgiving,
which it won't,
I worry it could fall into next year.
Well, everything will fall into next year, but it will fall into any other year that's coming up, because it'll never happen.
And if it falls into next year, then the entire project is completely in question.
It's been in question for fucking years.
Even more than it already is right now. But for those people who are hopeful, let's hope that they're able to not just get information out before Thanksgiving, but something tangible to prove that what they say in that press release is actually transpiring. And what I mean by that is, like when the Atari VCS was coming out, they were showing the boards, they were sharing screenshots in the manufacturing plants in China. So I feel like that's a good first step, doing stuff like that. But again, looking back at me with that stuff, I didn't even believe that at that point with Atari. So
they're sharing nothing in television. There's nothing to share because there's nobody there to share with.
Anything can be faked if you want to run a scam. At this point, it's just put up or shut up. Put the consoles out, let people buy them, and take.
No one is going to buy it. Who's going to pay $400 for that thing? When you get a Switch, it's like 250 quid in the UK now. 260 quid, thereabouts. Absolute joke. No one's going to pay $400 for this piece of shit.
From there. Those are my thoughts on my conversation with Phil Adam. Let me know what you guys think, where you stand on this. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of information people are going to gather from this and make of it what they will. But that's from the horse's mouth himself, Phil Adam, telling us to hang on.
Horse's mouth, more like the horse's arse, Phil Adam.
Just a little bit longer. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing.
Just smash Phil Adam. Oh, good God. Calm. Anyways, I'll call it time on there on that video. So, what do you think? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications, and cue Genesis.